Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
Today we're jumping into something pretty fundamental in linguistics. C command and syntactic constituency.
Yeah, the real nuts and bolts of sentence structure.
Exactly. Think of it like the hidden grammar rules, the blueprints behind how we string words together.
And our goal really is just to make these core ideas a bit clearer.
Show you why they matter, why linguists find them so important for understanding language.
We'll be drawing on some work that looks at, the definitions, why they're key, how we use them.
So the mission for you listening is to get a solid grasp on these principles.
Okay, so key command first.
Let's do it. What is key command, basically, and why is it such a big deal?
Okay, so imagine you draw a tree diagram for a sentence, right? Showing how it's built up. C command describes a specific relationship between the points, the nodes, in that tree. It's hierarchical.
Hierarchical, meaning?
Meaning one thing is sort of structurally higher up or more prominent than another, even if it comes later in the sentence. A node AC commands node B if basically the first branching node above A also dominates B. And importantly, A doesn't dominate B, and B doesn't dominate A.
Okay, a bit technical, but the core idea is hierarchy.
Exactly. It's fundamental because it governs which bits of the sentence can grammatically affect other bits. Like who can refer to whom.
Ah, so it's not just about the word order we hear or read.
Precisely. It's about this underlying structure. And that structure helps explain things like binding. How pronouns like he or herself get their meaning.
Binding, right, and scope, too, like with words every or some.
Yes, exactly. C command plays a huge role there, too. It influences how we interpret those kinds of words.
Okay, let's dig into binding a bit more. How does key command help explain, say, why John likes himself works, but herself likes Mary sounds wrong?
Right, so the basic idea for things like reflexives himself, herself, is that they need an antecedent, something they refer back to, that key commands them within the same sort of local domain.
So in John likes himself, John commands himself.
Generally, yes, in the standard analysis. John is higher up in the relevant part of the structure. But in herself likes Mary, herself is actually the subject, and it doesn't have anything before it in the sentence, let alone something commanding it to refer back to.
Got it. So the structure dictated by command makes the first one grammatical and the second one not.
That's a key part of the explanation, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So if these structures are so important, how do linguists actually, figure them out? How do we know what the tree looks like?
Ah, good question. That's where constituency tests come in. They're like tools we use to probe the structure.
Tools? Like what?
Well, things like movement. Can you move a chunk of words together to the front of the sentence, for instance? Like in the big dog barked. You can say the big dog, he barked. That suggests the big dog acts as a unit.
Okay. A constituent.
Exactly. Or substitution.
Yeah.
Can you replace a sequence of words with a single word, like a pronoun?
Like replacing the big dog with it barked.
Precisely.
Yeah.
If you can do these things, it's good evidence that the group of words forms a syntactic constituent.
But I guess these tests aren't perfect.
No, not always. Language has its quirks. Sometimes a group of words might seem like a unit but fail some tests or pass others weirdly. But when several tests point the same way, we get more confident.
Right. So back to command being about hierarchy, not just linear order. Can you give another quick example?
Sure. Think about a sentence like, that aliens exist doesn't surprise me.
Okay.
Here, the whole clause that aliens exist is the subject. It comes first, linearly. But structurally, in the tree, it often occupies a position that kage commands, the main verb phrase, doesn't surprise me.
So the hierarchical position matters more than just coming first.
That's the idea. And tree diagrams, the things linguists draw, they make this visual.
How do they show the cambered relation?
It's all in the branching. If you find a node A, you go up to the first branching node above it. Everything under that branching node, except for A itself and anything directly under A, is key commanded by A.
Okay, so tracing the lines tells you who commands whom.
Essentially, yes. It maps out those structural relationships.
And you mentioned scope earlier. Words like every student and a book. How does command help there?
Well, often, the interpretation depends on which quantifier key commands the other. In every student read a book, if every student commands a book.
Which it typically does in that structure.
Right. Then we usually get the meaning where each student could have read a different book. The quantifier that's structurally higher, the commanding one, tends to get wider scope.
Interesting. What about trickier sentences, things like crossing dependencies? Do they cause problems for command?
They can, yeah. Some structures seem to challenge the simplest versions of command and constituency. It pushes linguists to refine the theories, maybe propose more complex structures or different kinds of relationships. It keeps things interesting.
And it even connects to how kids learn language.
There's evidence to suggest that, yeah. Understanding these hierarchical relationships, perhaps implicitly grasping something like command, seems to be part of developing syntactic competence. Figuring out pronoun reference, for example.
Wow. So wrapping up, command isn't just jargon. It's really a core concept for defining these invisible but crucial relationships inside sentences.
Absolutely. It underpins how we understand constituency, binding, scope. It's foundational to the architecture of grammar.
So think about this. Every time you effortlessly understand a sentence, even a complex one, your brain is navigating this intricate hierarchy, these rules like command. It happens automatically. What does the existence of such abstract underlying structures tell us about how the human mind is built for language? That's something to mull over.
Definitely food for thought.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive. Until next time.